Do 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 do. We're probably recording, aren't we?
Yes, we totally are. Hey, you're listening to That's Life, the podcast designed with your laughter in mind. So please sit back, relax, and prepare to be entertained.
That's life.
And
We are back.
Here
Ladies
we
and
are.
germs.
In the motherfucking his house.
In the Heezy. Actually, we're in the Jeezy, which is more like a garage.
More
and
like
not
the Freezy.
Oh, that
Not
was
for
terrible.
me. I got the nice heater right
Terrible.
under me.
You got the heater like just roasting your bottom slowly.
Yes. I give it about 10 more minutes. I'll be like,
Buttocks
oh my God,
roasting on the
pants,
open
melt
fire.
to thighs. No.
Well, at least you'll be warm.
Yes.
Here we are. We're back.
I forgot the rest of the what. Huh?
We're back with episode number 49.
49. I was about to say, I've been looking at all the earlier episode numbers, so I'm like, 30? No.
30? No, that's not it.
No, that was months ago.
No, really, really old. 49. Yes.
49.
Yes, we're here with episode 49. It is 25
Degrees.
20 degrees, period, outside. Finally, it's cold. Maybe we'll get some snow now that the Christmas holidays are through.
No.
Yeah, because then I can drift my shit around.
Oh,
I drive an ice skate. I'm deathly afraid of it snowing because my car's just going to be like, whee!
Mine will too, but it'll be in a controlled spin because, e-brakes and...
yay,
I'll
e-brakes.
just be like,
Did I had my wheels for last episode, right?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
All right,
It was
good.
part of our What's Newses.
Yeah, all right. That's it.
But we have some exciting stuff today. We have our What's New segment. We have Internet Jenn with us.
Do have the
Yay.
Internet Jenn.
She wasn't here last week, and we're like, what the fuck? But she's back.
I'm back.
Yay! We're no longer Internet Jenness.
Jenless.
Yes.
Jenless. See, unique
Jenna?
New York.
Right. Yep, it helps.
She's right. I do that warm up before the show to try to not fuck up, and Jen's like, "But you fuck up constantly." Imagine if I didn't do it. I'd be like, "Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Good night."
So,
But,
like every
yes.
other show, yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
We have Internet Jenn with us this evening. We
Yep.
have Pete. Do you have any Today I Learnses?
Wow, you're just like jumping all over the place. No, I was doing other podcasts.
No, not the start.
here.
I'm giving like the pre-cap.
Oh, the
Yes.
no, I was actually trying to find some like crazy predictions for this year. Like, well, people are going to be like,
Oh, yeah.
in 2013 in this particular month, but everything I found was like
Okay.
not even
gay like
fun.
Jen's
It was
joke
mostly
gay.
like it was like, oh well, Wall Street is going to do this. I'm like, I don't want fucking stock predictions. I want like, ooh, weird aliens are coming and they're bringing
something
the
we can
Mayan
laugh
space
at.
robots. But there was nothing. There was, but I did find it was like Armageddon.org or something like that.
Okay.
It was full of all this like really out there conspiracy theorist. Obama is leading the Nazi army up the fiscal cliff kind of stuff.
Odd person to choose to have to lead your Nazi army.
Hey, I'm
Get
just
the half
saying.
black guy. He's overqualified.
Yeah. Well, there was like a whole disclaimer before the act. It was like top 20 crazy bullshit that was going to happen in 2013 because of the Obama
The
regime
royal
and whatnot.
family
Yeah.
are all lizards.
And it's like the whole thing is like, don't read this if you want to continue leading your brainwashed American television watching life, because after you read it, your eyes will be open to all the horrors and blah. I'm like, wow, this is like the political version of realultimatepower.net.
yeah. Usually it's better to start off with, hey, here's some information I found. It's kind of odd, and just put it out there first and say, here are some conclusions that we've drawn from it.
Oh, it wasn't even that. It was just like total ridiculousness. And I was reading it and I'm like, this could be really funny, except that it's so fucking long. I don't want to take up an entire hour of the show with this. And like skimming through it, I'm like, and I can't even make some of this funny. It's just it's just
sad
so
and
out there
weird.
and ugh.
Yeah.
So anyway,
But we can make anything funny here.
well, I don't know. Have you seen some of my jokes?
Yeah, good point.
But we have a nice, yummy, thick, weird news segment. Ooh! I made sure I went thick into the mic like an unprofessional. A thick, weird news segment with some funny shit. I try not to read it too much, But some of them were so fucking ridiculous. I was like, I got halfway through. I was like, stop it, Carl, stop it. So they're pretty fucking funny.
Awesome.
But let's start with our first segment that we like to do, and we'll have Internet Jenn lead off just in case there's something bizarro. Our fucking it up again, our What's News segment. It's been that kind of a day.
Yep.
Well, lately, the What's News, you've been trying to make it weird news, but, it is me. So.
I was about to say, we don't have to try, dude.
What's the difference?
Yeah, usually we're just like, well, today I blew a cop who put his face through my windshield and I fell in love with him. But
and the governor shut off our electricity.
No electricity. And Chris Christie called and gave me a dog and a stripper. I don't know. It's
crazy.
A very strange day.
Well, what's happening? What's new with you that's funny?
Surprisingly enough, nothing out of the ordinary. Really.
How was your Christmas? Everything work out okay?
My Christmas was good.
Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
Katie got her DS.
Awesome. I saw the pictures.
Yes, she was very happy. I was a little scared on Saturday because Santa came early. Santa came and dropped her gift.
He's always doing that. You usually
Mrs. Claus is always pissed off.
You usually find younger guys doing that, but
she was really happy when we found her presents on the porch, and then I was a little worried when she opened. Santa left it on the porch. We were having a party. He couldn't come in while we were having a party.
Of course. Well, I didn't know about the party.
Oh yeah, we had the Mormon party.
Did you say the Mormon party?
The Mormon party.
I thought you said Mormon's party.
No, Mormon.
The
Mormon party.
My stepdad's family are 90% Mormons.
Wait a minute. Is that a religious sect, or 90% of his family are Mormons?
What?
Huh?
Your question doesn't make sense.
Well, she said they're 90% Mormon.
Well,
what the fuck does that
90% of
mean?
his family are Mormon.
Okay, thank you.
Better?
I thought there was like some. Wow, look at that awesome smoke ring. I thought there was a.
Oh, I guess it has been that kind of a day.
It has.
We hosted the Soto family Christmas party at our house on Saturday, the Saturday before Christmas, since I haven't been here in 2 weeks. And
yeah, what the fuck?
It's always interesting.
Oh, that's cool. No sacrifices.
No sacrifices.
Women weren't placed in binders.
And I was drinking wine, and they didn't give me too many dirty looks.
Any horses with bayonets?
No horses with bayonets.
They're Mormons. I don't think they're capable of giving dirty looks outside of like Utah. Utah, they're like fucking lunatic Nazis. But outside, they're like, we're real friendly.
Magic underpants.
Inside Utah, they're like, we're going to chase off like the sons because there's too many of them and we need to have 5 wives.
Well, I still have to like censor myself pretty well because it would not do well to drop the F-bomb.
Well, the wine should help with that.
Yeah.
Hi,
I'm strolling around drinking my
fucking
wine.
great.
I'm like, yes, wine. They're all drinking their wine.
Tell you my joke. A Mormon, and a Mormon go to a bar. Ha ha, get it?
fuck
Because you
you.
don't drink, you boring fucks. Merry Christmas, you fucking godless heathen weirdo Martians.
But yeah, so we had the Mormon Christmas party, and then while we were having the Mormon Christmas party, Santa came and dropped off Katie's presents.
That was awesome.
Yes,
Sweet.
and she had like no interest in the DS.
What?
I was just like, oh, fuck my life.
Give her time.
She would not put that bitch down on Sunday.
See, there you
I
go.
could not get her the fuck away from that DS
I was
on
about to
Sunday.
say, shh, give her time, and they usually
And
warm
she
up
only
to it.
has one game for it. The only thing
Doesn't
she
matter.
has for it is this Hello Kitty game, and she was just like,
Yep.
time to
Hello
dress
Kitty
Hello Kitty.
Island Adventure 2? Hell yeah.
No, it's the Hello Kitty and Friends or something. You get to redecorate her room and do different little jobs. And
Oh, boy.
she was having a blast, and like I had to like, she's like, I want to take it home. I want to take it home. I'm like, no, you can't take it home. You can't. But I want to show my other mom, and I want to show my dad. Like you can take it with you, but I have to take it with me when I leave. But why can't I keep it? Because you're having your birthday. Because I took her home on her birthday. Because her birthday's on the 23rd.
Ah.
Yes. So,
Oh, she was a perfect little Christmas present for you.
Oh, yeah.
From your vagina.
yeah, there's nothing better than being released from the hospital on Christmas Day with no baby.
With no baby.
No baby. She spent a week in the hospital after she was born.
Oh, no. I had a sort of a problem like that with Erin. I think it was like she was 3 months old and she had a fucking staph blood infection.
Ooh.
And like they had her with all these fucking tubes and shit and all these wires. And I'm holding her and she looked up and smiled at me. I was like, oh, I can't admit. I must admit there were some daddy tears coming. I'm like, what? My baby? What's wrong with my baby? So later, I'm like, doctor, you understand that you will use, give him the Godfather, all of your powers, all of your skills to make this baby live, because if this baby dies,
You will too.
I will burn this hospital to the ground. And you in it and everyone in it. You will all die.
I'm not saying I'm going to do anything, but I am saying that accidents happen all the time.
Yeah. Oh, no, I would do it on purpose. Everybody, I'd be out front with the gas can.
Yeah.
That was me.
The chainsaw.
Why is his face painted like the Joker?
She spent a week.
You want to know how you got those scars?
She decided to go to the bathroom before I actually had her and breathed it in. So had an infection. And
that happens a lot.
Yes, it usually happens when they don't C-section you because the baby should be coming out. Because what happened?
Well, did she come out like face down?
No, my water broke at 7:00 at night on Friday, and I didn't have her until 2:14 the next afternoon.
That must have been great.
And they're supposed to C-section you if the baby's not out within 12 hours of your water breaking.
Oh, well, yeah. My wife, they induced her for 3 days.
Oh.
It was great. And then finally they just broke her water. So it was like water broke.
My water broke on its own, and then nothing happened after that.
It's like you just sort of deflated a little bit and sat there in abject pain.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, they were giving me morphine to get me through the night and everything. But yeah, so she ended up with an infection and was on 7 days of antibiotics. And seeing my poor baby in the little bassinet thing, plastic bassinet with the IV in her foot, and then the next day I would go in and be in her arm, and because they had to constantly move it because the veins are so small, and
yes, comedy show. Let's make it happy again for fuck's sake. So she had a good Christmas, basically.
Happy
and birthday?
with the DS.
Okay, I can make all this funny. The first picture that I saw of her, because I didn't get to hold her after I had her, so Jeremy went to the NICU and took a picture of her.
They drew a little Hitler stash on her?
No. He shows me this.
See, I made it funny. Yay!
He couldn't go into the NICU, so the nurse held her up so that he could take a picture through the window. And he shows me the picture. I go, "Who's the Mexican kid?" That ain't my baby.
My baby has a penis. What the fuck? It's a girl. You held up the wrong kid.
She was all dark and had this big round face and this head full of black hair. I'm like, who the hell's kid is that? Oh, that ain't my. That didn't come out of me.
Dye my child's hair red immediately.
Well, now she's got blonde hair just like mommy. So.
Oh, all right. You have blonde hair?
Well, just like mommy should have.
I was about to say, I thought it was like filled with cigarette butts and onion rings and all kinds of shit.
No, but she had a good Christmas. She loves the DS. I had to explain to her, you can't keep it because you're having a birthday party tonight, and Santa's coming again in 2 days, and you're going to get more presents, and you don't need the DS because you're going to have plenty of other things to play with.
Which I think really boiled down to, mommy needs something to do while you're gone.
Yes, exactly.
Well, how at New Year's? Everything good with New Year's?
New Year's good.
Sounds like, did you get any ass for New Year's?
No, because the sex is broken right now, so...
See, I'm like, okay, seems like uneventful. Wait a minute, there's a crack.
No, I think we talked about this the last time that I was here. The broken ribs and back.
Pete, did she mention broken ribs and back?
I was drunk the last time she was here, so I'm probably...
No, she didn't. You totally didn't. Because we're looking for like serious injuries.
No, he had bronchitis and ended up fracturing a couple ribs from coughing.
No, I definitely don't remember that
story.
No,
totally don't remember.
You might have told like me at
and he broke
point.
His back, like Batman got his back broken?
No, not the back's not broken. The ribs were fractured, and they said that from coughing so much he strained something in his back. Yeah. Well, then a fight ensued with his brother later on, and the fractured ribs became broken ribs.
See how this works, Pete? This is how these become Jen What's News. It starts off with, I'm like about ready to wrap it up, and then all of a sudden, broken ribs and broken back. And then a fight ensued. Oh, okay, here we go. Okay, what started the fight?
Not really sure. Never really figured that out. His brother had a couple drinks and fell asleep on a chair. He tried to wake him up to get him to go sleep on the love seat or, bed. And then it just became a brawl on the floor.
I'm going to fight you!
So fractured ribs became broken ribs.
Fisticuffs.
But his...
technically, a fracture is a break.
This happened... this must have happened like the day after podcast. It did. It happened.
It must have happened.
On
It didn't
Friday.
happen before. Because, I mean... You're holding this one back. This is a good one.
It must. I think it happened on Friday, and now he thinks they misdiagnosed his back problem because if he just
his back is bleeding and it's strange.
No, if he had just strained a muscle, it would have been healed by now. It's been almost 2 weeks.
Strains take like months.
Sometimes they get better, but they're never fully better, and you could just fuck it up again anytime.
It just keeps getting worse, and he was out of work for a week because between the ribs and the back, he couldn't work. He could barely stand up. So I have no idea what's up with his back at this point, but the ribs are feeling better, but he's still broken, and so there's no sex.
Oh, damn.
I know. Well, it's like an acrobatic act when we have sex because we
gotta lower yourself down on a winch.
Well, we
Mission Impossible style.
we sleep in the living room, and I've already discussed the fact that his dad's a ninja.
Wait, he sleeps in the living room. This is getting. Why doesn't he sleep in his bedroom?
Isn't that where the parents
they live in a 2-bedroom apartment.
Okay.
Remember, he's like ultra nice guy and like let everybody in his family move in with him.
Well, yeah, I assumed it was like
they took away the electricity or something.
I remember they take away electricity.
His parents get one room. His brother gets the other room.
His asshole brother who like fist fought him and broke his back and shit. Like Bane, old Batman. I'm not letting. I've been
like, bitch, you get into prison. My back hurts. My fucking bed.
You sleep on the fucking couch. You.
He's usually up later than everybody else, and he's usually up earlier than everybody else. So
him or the brother?
Him. So it just makes more sense for him to sleep on the couch.
Yeah, but what about fucking? How do you guys work that out?
Oh, that's the fun part.
Fucking skills. I think this would be a good story.
That's the fun part because it's like we're like going at it and hear a creak, and it's like, okay, Ninja Daddy's coming, and it's flipping around and getting under the covers and not.
Sounds like you guys are kind of ninja yourself.
Yeah,
we are pretty ninja.
But it also feels like very high school. It's just
like,
we're not supposed to be doing this. But
at the same time, it makes it so much more fun.
Shut up, somebody's coming.
It really makes it so much more fun.
Oh yeah, the risk of potential discovery.
Exactly, it's like having sex in public.
Well, it is. It's in the living room, for fuck's sake.
That's true.
Well, it's not in the middle of the
his
mall.
brother's passed out on the chair. Oh, God damn it. No wonder he tries to fist fight him.
A couple of weeks ago, me and Cassandra were getting it on, sort of like in the evening time at my place, and she's getting a little bit loud, and then next thing we know, we hear. Because you know how my room is set up in the I have a door in the way, but it's not much there. But she's definitely making noise, and next thing we hear is fucking my mom closing the dryer door. She stops. We both like do that sort of thing, like you see a squirrel do, like what. And then we hear doop 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 doop, light goes off.
It's like, oh my God, I went down there to check the laundry. They're fucking off.
She looked. So Cass looks at me and goes, "I can never look at your mom again." She definitely heard me. I'm like, don't worry.
Well, tell her we were watching porn.
We did have a movie on.
It wasn't porn though, was it?
No, I don't even remember what it was because
you were fucking. Who gives a shit?
You're having sex.
Yeah. What the fuck?
It's. The story that I was going to tell you, like before we started recording, I said I was going to share another sex story.
Yes.
That she probably won't want to hear, so love you, babe.
Yay!
This is more recent. This is like the other night. We were like sort of getting ready for bed.
How he takes over my what's new.
Well, you were kind of done, right?
Well, it relates to the being broken. And I mentioned this to that earlier. And it's not so much the broken, but it was like... Because we were like on the way to getting ready for bed, and so I was just like, your pants are coming off now. She goes, I didn't actually say that, but that was like the motion that would have been there if this was a video thing. So she was lying there. She's like, I'm wearing a tampon. And I was like, oh. A couple seconds go by. I said, so there's like no way that can come out?
I was like, I gotta tell.
Well, it wasn't even like that serious because she's still like because she just got her shot like a week and change ago. Oh. So it's still like her shit doesn't know what the fuck it's doing, but it's just about back to normal. Yeah. As normal as science makes it.
Science.
So she looks at me. She's like, "You're really horny, aren't you?" I'm like, "Yeah, kind of been." So she goes, "Well, you're lucky I have to pee anyway." So she goes upstairs, goes pee, comes back down, sort of climbs over me, lies down and goes, "Do me." Yeah. But just like that. And so, of course, it was hilarious. I was like, well, I got to laugh for a minute now. But
like, well, since you put it that way, sure.
Yep. And I was like, I thought you'd never ask.
Since you're consenting, yes.
So that was awesome. And then, actual non-broken fun sex happened.
Yes.
So feel your pain there on that one. And then I got woken up with sex that morning too.
Woohoo!
Did I mention I love my girlfriend?
I'm just waiting for him to not be broken anymore so I can get laid.
Yeah. Right.
Well, tell his brother to knock it off for fuck's sake.
Stop beating him up. I need to get laid.
So let me beat him up, and then you can have what's left. God damn it! Oh, well,
Yeah.
that sounds like a relatively eventful sort of thing. Good,
Yeah,
good.
we just
bad.
relaxed for New Year's. I was over there for Christmas Day. We had Christmas dinner together.
Oh, that's positive.
And his brother actually referred to me as his friend. So
Whoa! Pretty soon, you guys might be close friends.
no, his brother referred to me as a friend, and his brother doesn't like anybody.
Well, clearly he beat the shit out of his ailing brother for fuck's sake.
Yeah, so that was a discussion later on that night. I'm like, kind of weird. Blaine called me his friend. He goes, yep.
That happened.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah,
Well, there we go.
yeah, that was a thing. So
Any
it's
more exciting stuff?
I sold a couple phones.
Oh,
Yay.
okay. Whoa!
Yay.
Any no more problems with that bitch at work?
Oh, I told my manager. I told one of my managers the other day. I was like, so you know this whole thing with Matt possibly leaving? She goes, yeah. I'm like, if they hire Tony as the full-time associate here, you can consider that my 2 weeks notice. She
That
goes,
is such a bitch name.
yeah. She goes, oh no. She's like, that's not going to happen. She's like, we already know
You
that
leaving
you two,
or her getting hired?
her getting hired as the full-time associate. She's like, we already know that you guys don't get along at all. She's like, and we just don't want her here.
Well, that's good to know that management at least is on your side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got that going.
Sad face because the actual store manager is back. Oh, excuse me. Is
Holy
back
shit.
now.
You're all right. Got
Yeah.
verklempt there.
A little burps.
Store manager's back. Hate that bitch.
No, he's back. He was because when I got the
Is
job
his name
there,
Tony too? Because that'd be kinda
No.
weird.
That would be
No,
funny.
All Tonys must die.
he's an okay guy, but this is only the third time I've worked with him because the week that I started working there, he was on vacation, and then the next week I was in training for the week.
Aha.
And then after that, he was at another store helping with their
I gotcha.
Stuff.
Stuff.
they were
Whatever the fuck
getting-
happens at Staples.
things knocked down. And
Oh, well, that totally clears it up.
so. What is the word that I'm looking for?
Things knocked down. that sounds-
Remodeled. They were getting remodeled.
Things knocked down. Remodeled.
Yeah, remodeled. They knocked out an entire wall of the building.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he was in charge of the remodel. So he's been gone for over a month, and he literally just came back yesterday.
Oh. Okay.
But hopefully he's going to get sent back out again.
Oh well.
This is
here's
my
hoping.
hope.
He takes that bitch with him. Unless she's a listener to the show, in that case, then takes your adversary with him.
Yeah, no, trust me. I'd probably punch her in the face before I'd let her listen to it.
Yeah.
We don't need fans that bad.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do. Oh, Pete.
The hate generates all kinds of revenue.
Pete. Anything exciting and new?
Yeah, well, let's
Aside from
see.
the sex thing.
Well, actually, I just got an update on what else I should add to the sex story about.
Do you have an app for that? Wow.
Oh, snap. Well, more like I told the girl that I was talking about our sex life, and she's like, oh, yeah, well, don't forget all our epic pillow talk as of late, where we're talking about, what was it? One of the days when she was actually bleeding, and we were just like, fucking, that's what towels are for. It was like sort of got done, and before he even moved, it was like, yeah, you're definitely gonna need a towel, huh? And we're like, yep. And she goes, yeah, it feels awfully messy down there. I'm like, yeah, it's probably so much blood. It's a lot like Syria. And so she starts cracking up, and she goes, it's probably the only time anyone has ever equated a vag to Syria and not been slapped over it.
Menstruating vagina. Syria, it's known as the menstruating vagina of the Middle East.
Yeah, it's just blood everywhere.
Yeah,
And my
God, it's a
dick is
massacre. It's like Syria's on that period or something.
And my dick is like a predator drone.
A man's.
Yeah.
A man's predator drone.
Big, manly.
Yeah!
It's not that big.
Oh. Well, yeah.
I don't know. Predator drones are kind of sleek and they fit. Anyway, so
Yeah.
enough about that.
Yes.
Let's see. I was told that I had talked about her epic. Did I talk about the pocket watch she gave me last week?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. She told me that, and I didn't remember. So
Totally.
that's still a thing. I'm going to post some pictures on the interwebs and stuff because it's fucking epic and awesome. So New Year's was a thing. I did my traditional New Year's thing and drank way too much.
You drank, Pete? Whoa!
Yeah, but this was like my New Year's level of drank. Like I had,
drink till your body no longer functions.
Kinda. I bought a 24 case of Yingling. I had 20 of them.
Holy shit!
And then I got grumpy old man at about like 3 o'clock in the morning. I was like, all right, I need to go to bed. And and I got like real grumpy and belligerent. And it was pretty awesome.
Everybody
at
has
one
to
point
have
I woke
grumpy
up
old
with
man.
marker on me and I was like, fuck, I passed out with my shoes on for a minute there. So I cleaned that up and then it got to be like 5:30 and the people were still there and I was like, well, I got a second wind, so they're playing beer pong. So I started cheering on my buddy. I was like, go you! And he like, because he was losing and like his team was losing. So the other team got real fucking douchey with me, and I'm like, oh, so I'm tired, drunk, and belligerent already, and now you guys are gonna get douchey with me.
Oh,
so
it's on.
This one chick was like, shut up, nobody's fucking talking to you. I'm like, shut the fuck up, cunt.
Ooh.
And she didn't know what to do. And then her partner, who happened to be my girl's ex, who's this big, doofy, retarded-looking guy, who is like friends with her brother and a couple of the other people, and we had been doing the amicable, just like kind of pretending neither of us are there sort of thing, because I don't know the guy, he doesn't know me. You know,
The only thing you have in common is that, so it's
right.
like,
and
let's
I'm
just be
better than him in like every way.
Yeah, so let's just be peaceful with each
So
other.
yeah, it's not. And it was no big deal. But he opened his mouth and said something.
Oh, no.
I don't remember what it was, and I don't remember what I said back to him. But it shut him right the fuck up. And so then, of course, bitchy but cunty face started going on again, and I was
I'm
like,
a girl, so I'm going to run my mouth reckless since technically no one can hit me.
And unfortunately, I'm a fucking talk show host and drunk and tired. So I just lit into her too. I was like, shut the fuck up. I'm rooting for my friend. You're being a fucking cunt. And then, then Cass came over to like be like, settle down now. And I was like, sorry that cunt is being a cunt, but fuck her, she's a cunt, and I'm calling it like I see it.
I just call to quote Captain Spaulding. I just calls it like I sees it.
Pretty much.
Awesome fucking line.
And most of the people there that knew me know they at that point they're just like, she was being a cunt.
She's being a cunt,
kinda calling her
and
on
he's
it.
being a Pete. So there you go.
So, and that was cool. Eventually we got this, I actually got to sleep, and then we spent all actual New Year's Day hungover, which was fun. And actually, I just felt like queasy hungover. She had like a real horrible headache because she was drinking those like girly flavored vodka things with all that sugar in it. So I did the nice thing and cooked for her and made sure she was okay all day and did all that, and then finally passed the fuck out. I was like, I'm dead now.
Well, that's not that bad.
So, but we've had a pretty good couple of days. She's been staying with me because her mom's a fucking cunt.
Oh yeah,
and
hell's nice.
She because she when did we podcast last Saturday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so at that point we had just moved her out the day previous.
Yes, it was hot off the presses. The news.
So I mean that's been going all right so far. She's over at her twat waffle mom's currently because Kai, which is her son, is sick and she needs to be there. And she's like, she's like, oh, what do you want? You want to pick me up after podcast or whatever? I was like, well, I'm doing the opposite thing and giving Jen a ride because she has no gas. So I'll be in Vineland, but it's really up to you. She goes, well, I'd rather be here with my son. And I'm like, okay, that's how you should be. Just if you need me for whatever reason, just
call.
Let me know. And I was like, I'll drop fucking anything I'm doing. And I'll
swing over,
go to the
look
rescue
you out.
if you need to
Holla,
do anything.
holla.
Apparently, he was like real feverish and stuff, and
sick babies.
like delirious and shaky. But he's better-ish now.
Oh, good.
So he's doing that sort of like sleeping for a little bit, waking up. You know how sick kids are. So she's probably going to be extra miserable tomorrow, which means I'll be extra nice tomorrow.
There you go, to balance it out.
And what else is new? Put up some videos on the YouTubes today.
Oh yeah, make sure you folks check them out.
Gonna be doing yeah, exactly. Because listen to this and then go back and listen to our old shit.
Yeah,
'Cause you'll need that refresher course.
If anything, just to see the picture that Pete picks for it.
Oh, yeah, because...
I'm excited. I haven't seen it yet, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm looking forward to this.
I put up episodes 34 and 35. 34 was the 10 rules for pimping, which the picture for that is just a snippet of the actual handwritten 10 rules that I found.
That's perfect.
And 35 is the finger bone connected to the vagina bone, and
I'm anxious to see what this
found one of the best pictures ever. So that's pretty awesome. Leave your comments and go click that like button, share it, and all that. Otherwise, car's an awesome thing to have. It's nice to be on the road. I was driving from the gas station to work, and this cop pulls out like from behind me, and I was like, oh no, because I'm so used to having that response of, oh, everything here is wait a minute, is fucking legal. Fuck this guy. I don't give a shit. Run my shit.
I still have that response to this day, and I'm like, wait, I don't have anything to worry about, but no, fuck that.
Yeah, so
I'll just keep myself on alert.
So that's the thing. And then, here we are now. I've been playing a lot of shooting games lately.
Okay.
Because, I don't know. I just want to fucking kill motherfuckers.
Kill shit?
Gun. Yeah. So,
Well, play fucking the Old Republic, because remember that character I said I was going to start just so it would be around your level?
yeah. Oh, he's already higher level than me?
Yeah, he's like level 28. Because I'm like,
Oh, wow.
wee! Because
I will get on there.
I'm a subscriber, so you can get like the... I have the cartel coins. You get like a certain amount every so often from them. And you can buy like XP boosts.
That's all I'll have to do because I'm like level 9, I think.
Oh, and they're looking for group functions like really functioning. So I'm like geared and I'm getting to check out all the shit I didn't get to check out before because BioWare just didn't have it right
They
yet.
didn't have it together at that point.
The game was born premature, really. But so yeah, I'm enjoying that.
Aren't they usually?
What was it? What?
Aren't they usually?
There's always issues with games when they first come out.
but there was some stuff that
Firefall looks great, though.
they should have just had straight.
that.
They didn't have straight.
Oh, what's new, unrelated to any of the three of us, but Joshimon happy.
Oh, that's what I hear. He's trying to turn shit around.
Positive stuff on
Good for him.
Facebook, which is
Yeah,
really
he's
nice.
working out and he's doing music
Yeah.
and he's.
We got to have his
getting a
ass on
job.
here
Yeah.
to talk about a positive Joshimon that doesn't want to kill himself.
I know. It's
Should be
so
interesting.
weird, but it's so nice seeing all these positive statuses from him
Fucking
and
A.
stuff like that. I know he was putting in an application at Philcore.
Well, I hope he gets a spot because it's been a while.
Yeah.
And it would only be a second time. Second time's a charm.
Yeah. So he.
Oh, that's good. That's good to hear.
Figured
Ooh.
I'd throw that out there since he is part of the podcast.
Yeah, part of the Let's Life family there, repeating
Yeah.
guest, as it were.
Oh, snap. My buddy just sent me 2 Steam codes for Binding of Isaac and Metro 2033.
Don't know what those are, but they sound interesting.
It's I basically just got 2 games for free on Steam from my buddy.
Awesome.
He either already has them and he has the Metro and doesn't really care for roguelike type of games, but I will play both of those. Hell yeah.
So,
Sorry.
Carl, what's new with you?
What's new with me? Let's see. The allergy medication that I'm on is actually starting to work somewhat. I still feel crappy, but like I'm able to smell things again,
That's pretty cool.
which is neat. Like
and then you realized you needed a shower.
I'm always paranoid
Oh.
about that. Like, because your smells, has to be a very carefully cultivated thing because it's like part of that whole body language thing. But
Yeah, I know.
not for us to admit to you. But I smelled my wife's hair, which was really nice. I was so happy because I was sitting there, and of all things, we had like a New Year's Eve, with kids. So basically, it was buy a bunch of snacks and just be goofy until the ball drops. But Kim started getting the cold that my 13-year-old just got over, so she slept most of the night. And then almost all of the next day, and she was like, I feel so bad about sleep. I'm like, you're sick. Sleep.
Yeah, I have this strange feeling that whatever the hell Kairos has is going to bounce to her and
get
bounce
used to it.
me.
You just take it.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Get
that's
yourself
cool.
sick now just to get it fucking over with.
I'm like knocking on wood for myself because he had bronchitis, and then my mom had whatever is going around that's
So far,
killing
so good.
everybody.
Oh, yeah.
And I
My
haven't
mom
been
had
sick
that
yet.
shit too.
Yeah, it's like, I think because of the holidays, everybody comes together, so diseases get swapped
Yep.
like gifts.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that kind of happened. I haven't gotten it yet, but I'm fucking getting so beat up with all the overtime at work and everything. I think it's all coming
just
down.
Gonna eventually get
Yeah.
to that
I
point.
think it's like my body's fighting it right now.
As soon as you stop, you're gonna get bitch slapped with everything.
Probably, but I only have one more day. So good. Be sick for the weekend. Be better when I go to work. But
I probably. Oh, there it goes.
wow, Pete died. Holy
I probably
shit!
only have one more day too, considering our fucking job can't decide whether they're laying people off or keeping people or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Well, I don't mean like one more. I have one more day this week, I should say.
Yeah, I know, but I might have just one more day.
Oh.
Not like I'll fucking know until either tomorrow afternoon or Monday morning.
Well, shit. Make hay while the sun shines. Yeah. So I'm able to smell things occasionally, which is great. I started smelling the first thing I smelled was buffalo wings, and I was like, and I'm eating. And all of a sudden, I'm like, boy, these smell delicious. And I'm like, smell? And I swear, I started salivating. And it's weird because I'm just shoving food in my fucking fat face hole because I can't smell it, so I can barely taste it.
Yeah.
And
so now you've got the taste and
I
the
cook,
smell.
and it's from memory. I'm like, I remember this much. I should eat this, and I'm trying to create stuff. I remember what things taste and smell like, and how they react when I cook stuff. And I'm always getting my wife to taste it. She's like, "This is delicious." I'm like, "Is it?" She comes in. It smells good. I'm like, I can't smell anything. But I actually started smelling that. And I was like, oh, I was so excited. I haven't like smelled my wife in like 8 months. And so I said, hold still. And I'm just like smelling her hair. And I'm just holding her and giving her hugs. And I'm like, oh, she's like, oh, it's been a long day. I did a lot of cleaning today. I'm like, shut up. I'm just smelling her. I'm like, oh, because that's like a big thing for me. I know the smell of my mates, and the smell of my bed, and it smells like us. And I can smell things. I can tell when a woman's ovulating from 10 paces away. I know smell is. I'm like have hyper, like fucking Wolverine sense abilities, and to have that like taken away, it's like a whole dimension of my experience is just not there.
That sucks. Yeah.
And but it's starting to come back, and I'm like, yes. I'm still a little verklempt and the nosy.
Yeah.
Like sometimes one stops working, but it's getting there, and I'm so fucking happy.
Yes, I just washed all my sheets and everything, so they smell all lovely and they're warm.
Yeah.
And I just can't wait to put the girl back in there because she smells all lovely and is warm.
And everything will be lovely and warm.
And then covered in mess again.
I think that's all I got. Yeah, New Year's, just hanging out with the kids, sort of thing like that. That was kind of fun. My youngest has discovered how to push people's buttons deliberately. So, and because she is my child.
I'm about to say, it's surprising it took her this long.
Yeah. Well, the sweetness of my wife's nature won over her for a while, but then my 13-year-old's watching some fucking Disney cartoon. I think it was like Hercules or something, and I was like, oh, we're sitting down to eat. I'm like, all right, you've been watching crap all day. I was like, I want to see what's on the news. So I change it. She's like, oh, watch this. And then not even to her sister or to anybody, my 4-year-old, mind you, goes, oh, were you watching that? Were you watching that? Oh, that just got changed. Like, just loud enough. Dad, tell her to stop. And she just sits there just fucking with her. And Jenna is a very open, not naive, but just honest, open. There's nothing sly about her. So she's very emotionally permeable. You can just get right to her emotions very easily. And she's a 13-year-old girl. So that's
So
just
it's only going to get worse.
It is. And so my 14-year-old knows this and just comes along. My 4-year-old just comes along and just like, la, 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 and she'll be doing something. And she got like a laptop and it has the camera thing on it. And so my 4-year-old has a toy and comes over with a little My Little Pony thing and goes, ah! And it takes it away. She's like, stop it. And so, the 13-year-old's looking at herself at it and stuff like that, trying to like get like a screen save for the thing. And every time she gets it set up, 4-year-old comes over with the My Little Pony just when she's about to take the picture and goes, it goes, stop it! And then like so the picture's like, with like Rainbow Dash going, and like my little 4-year-old does grinning like a devil, going, ha, running away. And my wife's like, Jenny, you gotta stop making it so easy because you never had, it's always been like she's the baby kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like this is what happens all the time with sisters and brothers and stuff. You gotta, when she does that, either ignore her or grab her and tickle her, or if it's really bad, just come get us. But don't say, stop it. Gets mad because that just makes her laugh. That's why she's fucking doing it.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cute. Oh,
That's awesome.
Oh, you're watching that. Yeah, and it got changed.
I think that's the hardest thing about being a parent is when they do something that you know they shouldn't be doing, but at the same time you're like,
it's funny.
You're like, okay, I'm just gonna go in the other room so they don't see me laugh.
Trying to dress her, and my fingers are getting like really numb, carpal tunnel-y thing, so I'm having trouble making them work quite right. And I'm trying to dress her, and she thinks it's hilarious, so she keeps fucking with me, like putting her foot like in the thing, and then the last minute, like they did laughing. I'm like, will you stop it? Like, for the love of God, just stop. And she's like laughing because she's getting frustrated, which makes me laugh. And I've never been so equal parts of frustrated and just laughing at the same time. It's I'm like, would you not get the fuck off? I'm like, God damn it, you're doing to me. I'm just gonna get some clothes on you and you're torturing me while you're doing this. And she's just laughing. She thinks it's hilarious.
And Katie's got me with like two times that I can remember distinctly.
Just fucking with you.
The one time it was right after me and Jeremy broke up, so she wasn't even 3 at the time. It was Thanksgiving, right before she turned 3. And this kid housed like all this food and then had ice cream for dessert.
Holy shit.
And we're sitting there, like, dude, she wiped out so much friggin' food for a 3-year-old. And then a big bowl of ice cream for dessert. And we're sitting there and she comes up to me, she goes, I want a banana. I'm like, you're not getting a banana, baby. I want a banana. I'm like, as much food as you've eaten, you don't need a banana. You can have a banana tomorrow. Oh, I want a banana. Hands on the hips, one hip cocked. I'm like, I want $1 million, but life's tough and you don't always get what you want. And she sticks her hand in her pocket and she holds out her empty hand and goes, here's $1 million. Now
give me my fucking banana.
I look at my mom and my mom goes, so how about that banana? I'm like,
she earned it. She earned the banana.
Awesome.
I'm like, I'll go get you the banana. Now, if I had thought of, I should have thought for a second and held out my hand and went, here's your banana. But it was the fact that, this 3-year-old kid just totally
owned your face.
Kind of
totally
broke your balls
face.
a little bit, but she did it in a
Yes.
cute, wise apple-y sort of way. So,
like, could not help but laugh at the fact that she had done this. And then there was one other time, and this was a couple years ago, and it was like between lunch and dinner, and she's like, I'm hungry. I'm like, well, what do you want to eat? Cereal. I'm like, it's whatever time of day. It's like, you need to eat real food. You don't need to be eating that crap.
oh my God, I'm just.
She goes, well, I want to eat that crap.
Oh, very nice.
And that's the only time my child has ever come anywhere near cursing.
Yeah.
Considering my mouth and the fact that she hasn't dropped the F-bomb at least
I'm amazed.
once.
When Jenna's actually gets to be the age when she can curse like we do, she's going to be a fucking master at it, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah.
She's going to fucking... Once we were driving, she was like, I think 3 or 4, and she was driving, and it was just her and I. And someone like was pissing me off. I'm like, yeah, fucking cocksucker. And I hear this fucking cocksucker in the back. And I'm like, no, don't say that or you'll get in trouble. No, and I'll get in trouble. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's one of the concerns that Cass and I have about Kai driving with me. Now that I am driving, I do come up with some really interesting and colorful strings of adjectives to describe the other retard, cockbiting fuck nuggets that are on the road.
Katie's actually really good. Like, if we tell her that's a big people word, she goes, okay.
Yeah,
Like,
surprisingly,
she accepts it.
if you parent, it's not that hard to get them to...
Yeah, unfortunately, in Kai's case, we're going to have to do a lot of unfucking of behavior from his stupid fucking cunt grandmother. But anyway, that's a whole nother podcast in and of itself. Looks like it's time.
Oh, yes. Speaking of
time.
parenting and people who don't, and then the retards they make, we got weird news chock full of their fucking...
Nizap.
their shenanigans. Our weird news, some of which is brought to you by way of Chuck Shepard's newsoftheweird.com, some from the Smoking Gun, and yes, some from random assorted APR news sources.
Various.
Scattered throughout the interwebs. Our first story is called An Odd Addiction. Gary
This could be
Medro,
anything.
age 68, has periodically surfaced in the news of the weird before, since 1991, for his unique behavior of using a false identity. This is very specific. He uses a false identity to persuade Milwaukee area strangers over the phone to lift other strangers off of the ground. Yes, I'll say it again because the first time I read it, I had to read it again. I'm like, I can't be reading this right. Okay. He uses a false identity.
Okay.
And he persuades Milwaukee area strangers over the phone to lift other strangers off of the ground.
Like,
How does he know
they're-
these people that are on the ground? Like,
I'm
what?
not sure.
All right, so this is really
Does
fucking
he
weird
plant
so
them onto the
far.
ground
It gets
and then-
weirder.
Oh,
right.
yay.
But wait, there's more.
Behavior for which he has occasionally been jailed and ordered to psychiatric care.
Yeah.
After a recent period of calm, Medro slipped back into his old ways in November and was charged with impersonating a photojournalist. Didn't know that was a charge. To convince two Cedarsburg high school students to hoist each other on their shoulders, and 4 similar incidents, which are still under investigation. At a hearing, Medro said that his addiction helps him to relieve tension and anxiety. It's from the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel.
Wow.
It's an odd, specific...
That's
So it's not like people laying on the ground and they need to be picked up.
Just one stranger. And it's not just that. He has to assume a false identity. Police officer, photojournalist, and then use that to make
get
one stranger
people-
lift another stranger and just lift them off of the ground. And that
That's-
calms him down.
well, as far as weird shit like that goes, that's one of the more harmless type of versions.
Yeah,
Because it's not like, here, could you lift up this person that I also don't know so I can fucking roofie the both of yous and go fuck you
Yeah.
in,
He's
in
not
the,
jerking off.
in the
It just
ear.
calms him down. So he's
There's
probably
no
like...
bombs involved or anything like that.
He's like a useless Temple Grandin.
Yeah,
You know?
that's really... I say good on him. Good on him for being weird in a relatively amusing and harmless manner.
Whatever makes you happy.
This next one is entitled The Weirdest Leg-Related Coincidence Ever.
See, a stranger was lifting another stranger, and
And their legs fell off. No. Floyd Johnson. This is another one you have to pay attention because it's weird.
Floydception.
Floyd Johnson pleaded guilty to attempted murder in an odd scene in a New York City courtroom in November. Johnson has only one leg
Okay.
and had been charged with stabbing a fellow homeless shelter resident who has no legs. It gets weirder. Johnson's public defender lawyer, who caught the case at random, has only one leg also.
What the fuck?
Johnson said...
Where are all these legs at?
Johnson
Same
said,
place as your preposition.
said he was taking the plea in part because of excruciating leg pain in the leg he doesn't have, phantom leg syndrome.
Ah, yes.
And Johnson's lawyer said he suffers from the same thing. The lawyer subsequently filed to withdraw the guilty plea because the pain had clouded his client's judgment from the New York Post.
Wow, that's fucking awesome.
No word whether or not the judge was fully legged or not.
Yeah.
Or
Or any of the other members were
all
amputees.
the jury's all in like wheelchairs and shit, missing arms and stuff. What the fuck, you guys trying out for the new drummer for fucking Def Leppard? What's going on here?
Oh,
Yeah, I had to go.
too
there.
soon.
Too soon? No, it's not too soon. This next one's called Scavenger Hunt of the Criminally Insane.
Oh, there's the legs.
Amber Roberts, age 30, a resident of the unit for the criminally insane at Eastern State Hospital in Spokane, Washington, informed officials in November that, quote, I murdered someone and you're going to have to find him. As staff members searched the facility, Roberts offered to help by shouting, hot, cold, and you're getting warmer.
That's awesome.
Roberts yelled hot as they closed in on the room containing the body of a 56-year-old patient that Roberts then admitted strangling to death.
Wow, that's
From the Associated
kinda
Press.
awesome.
In
In a fucked up
KTUTV.
sort of way.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
What? That's
Getting warmer, getting closer to
getting
the cold
warmer,
body.
and they're getting colder.
Oh, snap.
This next one's called Now That's Fishing. Jason Shaw, age 38, who has retired as a financial planner and now devotes his energy to fishing, had a spectacular week in September when he won a catch-and-release tournament in Charleston, South Carolina.
By using a severed leg.
He came He came within 1.5 inches of a world record on another catch and was notified of recently setting 2 Nevada state records for largest fish caught. However, that's not the really exciting stuff because that would be okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
and
about to say.
fishing,
1.5
who
inches
cares?
only means a lot in a different sort of fishing.
Jason Shaw's coup de grace He told
Coup
the
de grace.
he told the almost read it that way. He told and when I read that when I was making these up, I'm like, make sure you don't say coup de grace, you fucking idiot. I almost said it. Unique New York, unique
Right.
New York. There we go. He told the Charleston Post and Courier came a few days later when he caught a redfish when sitting on his living room sofa in Daniel Island, South Carolina, watching a Clemson football game with a pal. He had run a line with bait through a crack in the door, through his yard, into the lake behind his home.
What the fuck?
Well,
And through the woods and into grandmother's house we go.
Yeah, that's
That's
fishing.
that's just like, oops, I fucking forgot to reel up this whole line here.
No, he had it all set up that way so he could fish while he watched the game. Like, I'm that good. Watch this.
Wow.
Sublime.
Be normal and just listen to the game on the radio and pretend like you're there.
No, needs to have it on my TV. I got a lake in the house for that reason.
This next one's called Gamers Rule.
This is true.
Because,
We do.
Researchers from the University of Texas Medical Branch at Galveston found recently in tests that 10th grade students who play video games, especially shooting and sports games, regularly score just as high in robotic surgery dexterity as resident doctors.
That kind of makes sense.
The lead researcher said that surgical simulations, for example suturing, have built-in unpredictability for training purposes. But since complex video games are laden with unpredictability, players logging at least 2 hours a day with the controller, in fact, may even slightly outperform the residents.
That's MIT and those other places have done similar studies to where it, like playing shooters and things improves hand-eye coordination, reaction to threats, peripheral vision type of stuff, it's
teamwork, et cetera, et cetera.
Kind of thing.
This next one's called Dumbbell.
All right.
Helen Springthorpe, age 58. With only 3 months on the job as the bell ringer at St. Nicholas Church in Bathampton, England, was knocked unconscious in November when she became entangled in the bell's ropes and was jerked to and fro around the belfry, her head smashing against the wall. Fire and ambulance crews eventually lowered her about 20 feet to the ground. BBC News.
How the
God.
fuck? Wow. You gotta be a goddamn moron to get yourself that tangled up. Like, I've rang a church bell before. It's a big, thick fucking rope. Like, seriously.
Well, apparently only 3 months on the job is not enough.
Yes.
Ding
There's gotta
dong.
be intensive training for that job, it seems.
Yeah, well, sounds like
nice.
she got the most intense training I've ever heard of ringing a bell.
She got her bell rung. Oh, snap. Went there.
This next one's called 7 Flavors of What? and of course, it starts off, you know it's going to be a good one. Homeless man, Darren Kersey, age 28.
Missing a leg.
No,
No, this one's just missing an arm.
No, he ate the leg. Was jailed overnight in November in Sarasota, Florida after being busted for charging his cell phone at an outlet at a public picnic shelter in the city's Gillespie Park. The police report noted that theft of city utilities will not be tolerated. However, for owners of electric cars, less likely to be homeless, the city runs several absolutely free charging stations, including one at City Hall. The American Civil Liberties Union was like, what the fuck? And has accused the city for years of being aggressively inhospitable towards the city's homeless. Kersey was then released the next day when a judge ruled the arrest improper. And what? They're giving away free electricity. They're like, first of all, he's a homeless guy with a
What's he
cell
got a cell phone for?
Yeah. I was waiting for that one because I'm like,
I guess he can't have a house phone. Oh!
Hey, speaking of Florida, their weird shit. I heard today that I guess I did have some shit I learned today. That Florida, on a whole, has more cases, like more reported cases of public masturbation than the rest of the country combined.
Wow.
it's because there's so many old people, and then you put the old men and then
Well,
the
okay,
chicks
hold
in
on a
bikinis.
second. How the fuck does that inspire people to jerk off?
Okay, old men, hot young chicks in bikinis.
Yeah, but they're old men. Their dicks are like half dead.
Have you ever heard of Viagra?
No,
No, what's Viagra?
explain.
Isn't that big waterfall in New York?
Yes.
Oh.
How did you know?
Viagra Falls.
Viagra Falls.
It's so blue and full of life.
Yeah, but then the water never falls. It stays up for hours. This next one's called But Still No Cheetahs. Britton Robert Moore, age 31, got a relatively light sentence in Bradford Crown Court in October when he convinced a judge that he only inadvertently possessed child pornography.
I hate it when that happens.
And that he was largely interested in human animal porn, including pig, goat, horse, and an octopus. Yes, an octopus. I don't know.
I have to look this up now.
Well, apparently it's out there.
Bang 8 chicks at once.
Ooh. Moore was not eligible for a court-ordered treatment alternative to prison because he told the judge that he does not believe he has a deviancy. So if he just would have said, I have a deviancy, they would have been like, fine, go to this course and you don't have to go to jail. He's like, no, I'm not a
I'm
weirdo.
normal. I don't look at child porn. That's weird. Where's my octopi?
Octopus, tentacle porn, Japan.
Octopussy. Yeah, high fives.
That was from the Daily Mirror in London. God, wow.
Really? You didn't see that coming?
No, I didn't. I told you I had one of those kind of days. Almost said coupe de grace for Pete's sake.
Well, you didn't for my sake.
Yes. This next one's called Assault with a Delicious Weapon. The Florida
Severed
woman.
legs.
Oh, I know, and I'm starving too. Oh, I should not have read this. The Florida woman, Adian Sanchez, was arrested last Saturday morning, for domestic battery after allegedly assaulting her boyfriend with a plate of tamales. Sanchez,
what a waste of tamales, man.
I know, age 30, told police that she tossed the corn-based projectiles at her boyfriend after he called her a bitch in front of the couple's one-year-old son.
Projectiles.
How often do you hear that in your day?
That's awesome.
According to the police report, deputies responded to the 911 call from the Branton home shared by the couple. Upon their arrival, officers found the alleged victim, Robert Olvera, with delicious tamale sauce all over his pants.
So wait a minute.
Sounds like a sex
seriously
act
called
gone
the cops
wrong.
after she threw tamales at him?
Yes. As officers were interviewing...
Pussy.
It might have been more the plate, but
Well, yeah. As officers were interviewing Olvera, Sanchez burst in, interrupting Olvera, telling him to tell the police that he called her a bitch during an argument earlier in the day, and that she threw the tamales on him because she is not going to let him call her a bitch in front of her son and get away.
I bet she's also 1,000% sure that he's the baby daddy.
Sanchez, a teacher's assistant, was booked into the Manatee County Jail on a misdemeanor battery count. She was released after posting $500 bond.
Okay, so seriously, as a cop, how do you keep a straight fucking face? Like, how do you walk into a house where this guy got tamales thrown at him and keep a straight fucking face to
Considering the
arrest
calls that
him?
they usually get,
Well-
they're probably so happy it's not a dead kid.
Yeah, and probably the same way that they responded to this couple where they had to arrest the chick who was trying to beat her boyfriend to death with like a hammer or something because they were 69ing and he got off first and then just stopped.
That is one of our I actually have that story.
Oh,
here.
do you?
So, yes, I have all the details.
That's awesome.
So I'm like, this is starting to sound familiar. I'm like, nah, plenty of bitches beat their guys with fucking hammers because they don't get off 69ing. Oh, this sounds really familiar.
Yeah.
Stop being selfish, guys.
It was all 6, no 9.
Yeah. When dumb meets unlucky is our next story. Thanks to the last daylight savings time switch, an Ohio man was arrested for 2 separate drunk driving incidents at the same time early Sunday morning.
Awesome.
Niles Gammons, age 22, was first pulled over by an Urbana cop when he was spotted driving an Oldsmobile the wrong way in an alley. I didn't even realize you could drive an Oldsmobile in an alley,
Yeah, that's either one wide alley or
driving it the wrong way.
one
What with his
fucked
ass?
up Oldsmobile now.
I don't know. Gammons, he was pulled over by over at 1:08 a.m. by an officer who reported that he reeked of booze and had glassy eyes. Sergeant Dave
I
Reese.
can't see.
Yeah, I can't see.
It's fucked up. I lost him in the war. You're
I'm
22.
lost. This fucking road goes nowhere. Sergeant Dave Reese noted that when he sought to have Gammons perform a breathalyzer test, quote, I could hear that he had something in his mouth. As it turned out, Gammons' mouth was filled with pennies. Pennies.
What the fuck?
Copper kills the smell of alcohol?
I then advised Niles that pennies in the mouth were a myth and it did not help in taking a breath test.
Oh.
After Gammons' blood
But Reese
alcohol
cups
content
do.
was measured at .116, which I think is a lot, he was arrested for drunk driving. After being transported to the Urbana Police Headquarters, Gammons was issued citations and released to an adult, I guess a friend of his. Following Gammons' departure, Reese wrote, at 2 o'clock a.m., the time changed from daylight savings time to standard time, and 2 a.m. became 1 a.m. again. At 1:08 a.m., exactly 1 hour after the first stop, Reese was driving his patrol car in Urbana's municipal parking lot when a vehicle backed out of a spot rapidly and nearly collided with my cruiser. Reese quickly determined that Gammons was behind the wheel. I asked Niles why he was driving because he was under suspension and still intoxicated. Gammons replied, quote, his friend had picked him up and dropped him off and refused to take him home. Then, in a sterling example of intoxicated logic, Gammons explained that he was afraid of getting arrested for public intoxication, so he decided to drive home. Gabbard was then arrested for drunk driving again and transported to the Urbana Police Division, where his blood alcohol content registered 0.109, still well above the limit.
It dropped a little bit.
The separate tickets issued to Gammons both carry the same date and time, November 4th at 1:08 a.m. He is set to appear for both cases at the same time in Champaign County Municipal Court on November 15th. Each matter is scheduled for 3:30 p.m.
Oh, that's awesome.
What?
Fucking crazy. That's almost like being a guy like that's missing a leg whose lawyer is also missing a leg.
Yeah,
it's like he stabbed a guy with no legs. Like, holy shit.
The next time he had like a bunch of dollar bills in his mouth. Nope, doesn't work.
Upgraded to nickels.
Let me explain this to you. No monetary source on earth will stop you from being drunk. Sorry.
How about if I just give you all these dollars?
Why don't you spit all of it into a bucket and use it to get a cab ride home?
Right.
This next one is called Never Get High Alone. Edward A. Kirk III,
Oh, snap.
a 19-year-old suspected drug dealer, was tripping so hard on LSD yesterday morning, and this was from 3 days ago, that he, and there's a list, A, he thought his Indiana home was filled with aliens.
Well, it's Indiana, you know.
He believed dinosaurs were chasing him.
That could be.
C, he invited police into his apartment to peruse his substantial stash. D, he told officers getting high was great, the whole world should trip. E, he continued to talk and ramble on about distributing LSD for money. And F, explained that selling acid was doing, quote, the people's work. Kirk was arrested promptly by Greenwood Police Department officers who had responded to his home following a report that a man was running through a nearby parking lot babbling about aliens and dinosaurs.
Well, I think they found their man.
Yes. When questioned by police, Kirk said that he was under the influence of LSD and had taken 30 hits of acid.
Holy shitballs.
He added, without prompting, they said, that he had thousands of hits of acid in a box on the floor. He had showed them that magical box. And they showed him another magical box where he'll be spending months and months of his life.
Yeah. Wow.
Yes.
Possession with intent to distribute. That's going to be years, buddy.
The subsequent police search turned a wide assortment of narcotics and drug paraphernalia in Kirk's apartment, where a friend of his had overdosed in August.
Oh, fuck.
Jesus.
This guy's a winner. Kirk was charged with several felony and misdemeanor charges, including narcotics possession, disorderly conduct, reckless possession of drug paraphernalia, and running from dinosaurs and aliens without a license.
Whoa. Hold on. Reckless possession of drug paraphernalia?
Yeah, well, obviously.
How does one possess something recklessly?
Well, he run around a car park saying you're being chased by aliens.
Yeah, but it's not like he was running around with fucking scissors that are also a bong.
But he invited the cops into his place. That's reckless.
Well, that's retarded,
Okay,
yeah.
I have the more important question.
How many Mormons were there? 90%.
No. Where was this and what's his name? Because I just found my next boyfriend.
Iced tea. Shit. I'm sorry. I almost got iced tea coming out of his nose for a second. Go ahead.
So where was this and what's his name? Because I just found my next boyfriend.
Oh! Boom! She's got it, Pete. She's got the touch.
That's good.
Come on, think of those what's new.
Oh, man.
So many hands through plate glass windows.
Yeah, dude. You somehow work out loss of electricity into this, and he's my friend, but not my friend.
Come on. Aliens and dinosaurs beat out plate glass windows. And
No, because those are hallucinations. This was real life you're telling us. That's why it's awesome.
I had hallucinations that would make you guys laugh. I was on
probably.
morphine at the time.
You hallucinate on morphine?
Dude,
You can.
Really?
I was horrible. This was when I had Katie. They had me on the Pitocin, and they were giving me morphine to get me through the night, so I could like sleep through the contractions, which meant I slept between contractions.
Oh yeah.
And I had 3 very nice hallucinations. There was one where I was like kind of like had my hand going back like side to side. Jeremy asked me what I was doing. I was looking for a sweater.
Okay.
I was in the closet. I was moving
Looking
the
for
sweaters over.
a sweater, yeah.
And then
That's the most boring hallucination I've ever heard, though. Next one, I organized my sock drawer.
The best is for last. The next one, I had my hands together and was moving my thumbs. I was playing video games.
Okay, good.
So,
But
the best one was when I woke up at one point and I look at him and I go, "Turn that off before somebody sees you." He's like, "What are you talking about?" I saw him sitting at our computer desk. Now, mind you, we're in the hospital.
Yeah.
He's
Looking at
sitting
porn.
at our computer desk watching porn with the monitor towards the open door where the nurse's station was. And I like seriously got pissed off at him. I'm in labor and he's watching porn and the nurses are going to see this.
Of all the biggest turnoffs in the universe, girlfriend in labor has to be way up there. Our last story, Pete,
Sorry.
is called "What's Half of 69?" Okay.
I don't even know.
A Florida
34
woman
and a half.
was jailed on a assault and battery rap for allegedly striking her boyfriend after he finished first and stopped pleasuring her during a mutual oral sex session late several nights ago in the victim's home. Jenny Scott, age 50.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did I mention? I held that one back.
Oh. Was booked in the Manatee County lockup. Boy, the Manatee County, man. There's some fucking fucked up shit happening there.
For real.
Those manatees.
Yeah, they get fucked up looking dolphin things,
God
and they
damn.
get all kind of crazy fucking other shit.
Well, she was booked into the Manatee County lockup on a misdemeanor charge stemming from the 11 p.m. encounter in the Palmetto bedroom of Gilberto De Leon, age 32. Scott dated De Leon for the last 5 years on and off, according to the sheriff's report. Deputies were summoned to the De Leon's home by a witness.
Yum. No, I thought you were going to say warlock.
I thought you were going nom nom nom.
Oh, ew. Oh, gross.
Home by a witness who wants to eat a 50-year-old bologna sandwich. Home by a witness who I was like, I wanted rye bread, not gray bread.
Ooh, too much yeast.
All right, gonna
Oh,
puke.
yes. Deputy was summoned to DeLeon's home by a witness who heard the couple arguing and saw Scott atop DeLeon punching and scratching him.
Yeah.
She also allegedly struck DeLeon with a stick and threatened to hit him with a wrench before the tool was
wrench.
taken from her hand by the witness. The witness to the 69?
Yeah, I know. That's like, who the fuck is
What
standing
they mean,
there?
judge? Was it a contest? What's going on?
Somebody has to hold the camera.
I give that 69 a 5. When questioned by a police officer, she explained that she and DeLeon
5 because it's halfway to 10.
quote, "We're giving each other oral pleasure in the bedroom when he finished first and stopped pleasuring her." She added that she became upset and they began arguing. A deputy noted that Scott said she was also mad at him because she heard him having sex with another woman
On
over
the
the
phone.
phone earlier in the day. Scott struggled with deputies before being placed in a police cruiser where she kicked a window until being warned that she would be maced unless she stopped.
Yeah, this bitch was drunk.
Bail has yet to be set for Scott, who deputy described as extremely intoxicated. As if that had to be mentioned.
I actually heard that on the radio earlier today.
I saw that and I'm like, oh my God.
Heard that on the radio right after another story about some fucking graveyard in the UK where homeless drug users were taking were pushing the slabs, the concrete slabs off a sarcophagi and sleeping in them
God damn.
and shooting up and shit.
What?
To the point where, this is the messed up part, to the point where like the residents didn't want to go through there anymore because of all like the fucking activities that are going on, and now people were all just like, yeah. It's like some lady was telling the press that like she saw some heroin addict just drop his pants and shoot, like inject himself right into his thigh in front of everybody. And I'm thinking, why the fuck y'all walking through a graveyard like that where all these junkies are hanging
Well,
out?
maybe their fucking loved ones are buried there.
Maybe.
That's fucked up.
But yeah. It's
Move
like,
over, dead grandpa.
I guess you got to be fucking drunk and on smack to think that sleeping in a
God damn.
dead guy's fucking box is a good idea.
Of
Holy
places
shit.
to do drugs, the last place I would want to go to have a good trip would be in a fucking sarcophagus.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Backing up to the story though, real quick. If I overheard my boyfriend having sex with some other girl over the phone,
Now, they weren't specific whether she overheard him talking on the phone having phone sex or whether she called him and
She just
heard them
accused
fucking.
him of
Either way, he was having sex earlier that day with another person, whether
Allegedly.
it's in her head or in reality. So my point is, if You think your boyfriend's dick was in another chick's pussy. Why
Over
would
the
you
phone.
put it in your mouth later on that day?
Because it was phone sex.
Yeah, it was phone sex. So
She thought they were having phone sex.
Yeah.
I didn't get that from that story.
It was the part when she said she overheard him having sex with another woman on the phone.
On the phone. So it was it was more than like
See, I heard it. I took it
she was
as,
on the phone with him.
Yeah, that he
And then
accidentally
heard like
answered
this.
the phone or something, or he accidentally
It's my
called
crazy
her.
50-year-old girlfriend.
Yeah, see,
Hello?
that's how I took it.
I
Was she
see.
over the phone? She heard them having sex.
Bring
No,
your
it
gray
was-
muff over here and put it on my face.
No, it was phone sex.
Okay, that's okay then.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, perfectly fine. Then.
Yeah. That makes a little more
Fine, no problem.
That makes her a crazier bitch.
Phone sex isn't cheating.
Really?
No, not really.
I was about to say. What?
I would say I think there's like every other woman in the universe that has a problem with that.
I wouldn't even ask my wife if it was cheating because then I'd probably be killed with a phone.
Why do you need to know?
Is this what you like? Is this what you like?
I just wanted to cheat.
Actually, no. Phone sex with other people on the phone does not feel like this. And I wear a condom. What's the big deal on my ear?
Ear condom.
She says she can't hear me coming. It's because I have a condom on my ear. See? Get it? No, not really, because it wasn't
that
even
was
really
awful.
funny. And that's what did we learn today besides Carl is semi-retarded? We learned that there are people dumber than Carl. They don't put pennies in your mouth.
No, pennies in your mouth doesn't help.
Don't drive drunk.
If you're
twice.
if you're gonna be the one-legged man, get the one-legged lawyer.
If you're going to kill a no-legged man,
Really,
and you're
I
a
think-
one-legged man,
I
get a
don't
one-legged
think
lawyer.
that case had a leg to stand on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just went there,
it.
everybody.
Damn. If you're going to bury a loved one, make sure it's not at
Wherever the hell that place is.
St. Junkie's graveyard.
Yeah, but it's in the UK, so I think
Our
we're
Divine
all right.
Lady of Smackheads.
Tamales are not a weapon.
Yeah,
Here,
they're
have a
corn-based
crap one.
projectiles, apparently.
Corn-based.
That's going to be our
projectile.
reason
That
for
is pretty
invading
awesome.
Iran soon.
Or whatever.
Iraq, why not? Who cares? Some of them fucking Arab countries. Not Syria, though. Not this time of the month.
Nice.
Put a towel down. Operation Red Wings Freedom now begins. Well, all of a sudden my jokes get funny at the end. Is that nice? The fuck?
Where were you the rest of the episode,
Yeah,
Carl?
for real.
know.
He was still on the sick baby thing from the beginning.
Yeah,
Depressing
thanks.
fucks.
Hey,
That sick babies are sad.
Yeah.
And
but
stuff.
morphine can cause hallucinations.
Yeah, kind of tame hallucinations, honestly.
Hey,
Well, I'm expecting like you.
I'm
were
sorry there were no
chasing the
dinosaurs in my
dragon.
hospital room.
Yeah, dinosaurs, aliens. You're showing the cops where your stash was.
I'm sorry there were no dinosaurs in my hospital room.
I told the doctors to go shut the bitch up in the room next door because she kept screaming and it was annoying me.
Was it actually you?
No. It was literally
That'd have been
there
fucked
was
up.
You're
another.
the fucking dude. The
Perception.
delivery section. What the fuck?
My mother gave me the best advice in the world before I had my daughter. She told me flat out. She's like, do not scream. She's like, 1, it's annoying as hell, and 2, it's a waste of energy that you should be putting into actually pushing the kid out of you.
Okay.
And so I'm trying to push and get this kid out of me. I don't know if it was the first time that I tried to push her out or the second time I tried to push her out because I gave birth to my child twice. Yeah.
Well,
And
here's
once
another-
in reverse.
What the fuck? You know that's like not possible, right?
No, no, it's possible. See, here's what happened.
Pete physics guy.
It's just like, oh, it's coming out. Whoop, nope, went back in. Hold on, try it again.
It kind of like that. She crowned and they went to put the vacuum thing on her head to pull her out. And
Vacuum thing on her head? What the fuck?
they didn't use that for your...
No,
Oh,
they
yeah.
used human hands. What
No,
were you delivered by
Kate-
robots?
Katie was stuck because she had a giant dome in my
Exterminate.
shoulder, so she was kind of stuck. So they used this vacuum thing to pull them out. Well,
On
the
her head?
Yes.
But their skulls are bushy.
The vacuum broke.
With a
and
sharp, pointy head. Broke?
broke and it lost suction, so she literally shot back up into me. Like, literally, like, all the way back up into my stomach area. And I
The
had to...
stomach where babies
I was
come
just
from.
kind of like...
You know, I was going to say something.
I said area. I added area.
Pete had the toad perfectly. It was. I was like, I'm still in shock about the vacuum to bring a fucking an abortion. Fine. You sure you weren't at an abortion clinic?
No.
What the fuck?
Look it up. I swear they actually do it fairly often.
Yeah, they see.
I was getting my stomach pumped. And okay, my baby was like, oh. They went, whoa! Did you swallow a baby? Internet Jenn, she went, no, yes.
no,
But
yes.
no, so it lost suction and she like shot all like to the point where I swear
shot up into my
hit
esophagus.
my rib cage and I couldn't breathe for a minute. And I'm like, what the fuck was that? And he's
They
like,
said a vacuum. We're trying this out. We never used it on a live baby
he goes,
before.
yeah, you're gonna have to start
Normally we
over.
blender them first.
Yeah, dude, what? A vacuum? No, hold on a minute. A vacuum on a fucking human baby? There's a fucking brain.
There's actually like a legit name for it, but it's basically like a vacuum.
They'll call it, bring in the baby Hoover.
It's just a suction cup.
And that's what it is. Like it's a suction cup, and
Better
it
than
just
forceps.
kinda-
They used to use like these big forceps,
Yeah, and that's
which
why
is dangerous. That can actually
Yeah, that's
make
why
big.
they do this vacuum thingy now.
But I mean, there's like a whole universe of. It's like what could possibly be more dangerous? Well, we were thinking of using a hand grenade, but there's not a lot of room in there. How about a lasso? Says Dr. Hopalong Coyote. No, that's bad. The baby's head will come off. What about a vacuum? Well, we usually use those for abortions, but birth is like an abortion, but really, really late.
Just less blender.
Yes. My God. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they only used it halfway. It was like they like pull it too far from the wall and it unplugged it.
No, the little suction thingy like snapped off of the thing, and it like
The light on the
she's like-
front scared the cat.
I'm just glad
Ran
the
out,
suction
knocked
thing
out
wasn't
the
still
plug.
stuck to her head when she shot back in, because that could still
Stomach
be up
thing
in
made me
there.
laugh again, Pete. Oh, I'm sorry. That's fucking nuts. Oh, shit.
Yeah, this is after 30 hours of Pitocin-induced labor, and then I got
Are you
this
sure you
big-
didn't hallucinate?
Yeah,
No.
this could be the morphine talking again.
This literally happened. This literally did happen. There was no morphine involved. The epidural was turned off. The whole 9 yards. There was no drugs going through me at this point.
I'm going to look this up because this is
Yes.
the weirdest shit I've ever
Yes.
fucking heard about childbirth.
Oh, I was about to say, because I mean, we've had some weird shit that we talked about.
Yeah, definitely. But
Yeah.
no, concerning childbirth, I've never heard of a vacuum.
look up the birth vacuum thing.
Birth vacuum? I'm going to look it up. Well, we learned some stuff today.
I'm sorry, birth vacuum.
That was
sorry.
a birth vacuum. I didn't know it was you. You held your lips kind of still, and I'm like, I hope they're hearing that. Like,
What are
did
you
someone turn on
talking
the
about,
vacuum?
Carl?
What the fuck? So, yeah. Well, that definitely gives us our sort of
Yeah.
feelings.
Huh.
Think of like they were literally fisting your vagina with an entire human being. If you could have gotten that video recorded, somehow you'd be a millionaire by now.
Yeah,
Yes.
no.
Yeah, there's got to be a fetish.
Yeah, dude.
Ew.
Gross.
Yeah.
For reverse.
Why didn't they
Syria.
use an octopus? They have all the suckers.
Because then it really would have looked like Syria down there.
She's giving birth. What's the baby's name? Cthulhu? Fuck.
It's like that scene from the first Men in Black.
Exactly.
Congratulations, it's a squid.
Even then, they didn't use a vacuum. And they were Men in Black. This
They
is
have
crazy
flashy
shit.
things. Anyway.
Oh, yeah. So that leaves us with our sort of actually, that leaves us with oh my God.
Yeah. We'll go with an interesting ending to the first podcast
Yes.
of 2013.
And that
Reverse
brings us
birth.
to you've been listening to That's Life, a Baby Boy production, episode number 49. Thank you so much for
remembered.
listening. You can listen to any of the season 2, season 3, and episodes, soon to be season 3, episodes for free at the YouTube channel,
We've been on
youtube.com
season 3.
/ That's Life Podcast, youtube.com / That's Life Podcast.
Oh, the YouTube. Huh?
Yes.
I was about to say, we've been recording season 3 for like the whole season
Yes.
so far.
To listen to her, I had to double check what I said. To listen to her, download any of the season 1, season 2, and season 3 episodes for free.
Absolutely free.
Check us out at that'slifepodcast.com. That'slifepodcast.com. I went through and reorganized it, so take a look, people. It's a lot easier to use.
It is. I
Yep.
like it.
Be sure to subscribe, and Jen,
Subscribe.
for instant notification via birth vacuum. I mean email.
Reverse birth vacuum.
Reverse birth vacuum. It's gone from suck to blow. Whenever new episodes are posted. And Pete, tell them about the Facebook page.
Hey, over at www.facebook.com/That's Life Podcast, you too can become a member of the That's Life Podcast Army. Woo! That's right. We need you for the armed revolution against the boringness that is the internet.
Yes.
Come join us. We'll spread the laughter. Make the funny happen. Tell your friends. Tell your mom. Well, tell your friend's mom. And make sure everybody is there. So come on over. Give us a like and get all the updates about all the craziness. There are going to be more like videos and pictures and all kind of insanities.
Oh, yeah.
So, Carl, tell them what the win.
If you enjoyed what you just heard, be sure to tell a friend, neighbor, or coworker and help us spread the laughter as far as we can.
So, from all of us here at That's Life Podcast, this has been Pete.
This is Internet Jenn.
And Carl bidding you an adieu, and a reverse baby fisting adieu. Oh my God.
You really can't imagine what it's like to have a child shoot back up into you.
No, we're dudes. We don't have ass babies.
Yeah, we don't have baby stomachs.